About the Islamification of Texas.
If I have to pick up a gun or whatever to fight to keep Texas free from Muslims and their ideology, I will go and fight for this.
Every single third world ideology, the Indians, the Pakistanis, the Muslims, they're flooding our country and they're changing the very way of life that we love.
There's no place for people who spread hate in America.
Here's your kryptonite, Muslims. Here's your kryptonite.
Go back to Nazi Germany. How about that? How about that?
The rise of Islam is real here in America. It has now become the fastest growing religion. And as America has welcomed refugees who never went back to their countries, and our open borders welcome in the whole world as over 10 million people entered into the United States over the past 4 years, the demographics and religious changes are becoming more apparent than ever. And now in the state of Texas, over 40 mosques have been created in the state alone in the past 2 years. I headed to a protest against the Islamification of America in Plano, Texas, led by a former J6er who also led the marches in Dearborn, who has since then been accused for being a Jew who is being used by the Mossad to create division and hate in America. Before I went to the march, I met up with Jake Lang to speak with him and to confront him about the allegations and to see why he is creating these marches across America.
Now, I want to be very clear in this video. I am coming here to document this for journalistic purposes. I do not support, nor do I condone one side or another, or will I ever silence the speech of one group from another here on my YouTube channel. And right now I'm here at this airport. The man leading this march, Jake Lang, invited me to come onto a helicopter as he's going to be doing something before he goes and marches on the city. I'm not exactly sure what's going to be happening, but I just have a feeling today is going to be really wild here in Texas. Let's see what happens. This is Jake Lang. You're leading this march today.
Allahu Akbar.
We're here at
This is
airport.
not Jake Lang. This is terrorist. I want white women blood.
And so today here at this airport, what are you going to be doing?
We're going to be taking a helicopter up over the Epic City Mosque, and we're going to be doing some demonstrations. We're going to be showing that Texas is not a Muslim area. We do not want these jihadi invaders here in our country. We have a problem with 48 mosques have popped up in the Dallas area in the last 2 years, and the American people are sick and tired of watching the Islamification of our country, the Islamification of Europe, and we're just looking across the sea, seeing if we don't stop it now, we're going to become the next London, England, the next Berlin, the next Rome, the next Paris. And so today's the day about making a stand and showing our strength, our dominance in this country. The Christian, white, American way of life will not be dominated by Islam. So we have all kinds of stuff. We're going to be dressing up some pigs like Muhammad.
And you have pigs.
Yes, we have pigs. Piglets are coming right now. We got the pig feed here.
Would you say you're Islamophobic?
Yes, 100%, because they have avowed in their word, in their biblical word, in their Quran, they've avowed to kill kafirs, kill non-believers wherever they stand. So how could you not be diametrically opposed to people who have avowed to kill you? Jews, Christians, Hindus, anybody that does not believe in their prophet is on the menu to be killed.
And Jake, after your last march in Dearborn, Michigan, a lot of people said you're a Jew. What's a Jew doing leading all of this? Are you a Jew?
No, I'm a Christian, born again Christian, raised Irish Catholic, never even been inside a Jewish temple in my life. My mom is Russian Jewish by her bloodline, but she's European.
And what about the video of you at the Western Wall?
So I was on a family vacation, similar to going to like Ireland. You kiss the Blarney Stone. You go to Israel and you kiss the Western Wall. It's you know, it's a rite of passage when you're there. Nowadays, though, that was 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. Nowadays, it's seen as a symbol of fidelity towards Israel and towards, you know, this kind of shadow government that's seemingly overseeing America. So nowadays, if I were to go as a Christian influencer, right, as a conservative, I would never show that type of fidelity, because the optics behind it have basically been completely perverted, and people are seeing it as some type of, you are now beholden to Mossad, you're now beholden to that. So, you know, on a family vacation 10 years ago, it seemed like the thing that everybody was doing. You go into Jerusalem, you know, as a Christian, even then I was a Christian, and you kiss the Wailing Wall, and you kind of show, you know, this brotherhood between our forefathers, which
so
were
you're
Jews.
Not a Jew hired by the Mossad to come here and create hate between Islam.
No, that is reprehensible. After spending 4 years and 6 days in the DC jail being tortured for my stand as an American on January 6th, you know, our credentials and our basically our fidelity's been proven, the January 6ers, 100 times over from these random talking heads online. These podcasters pop up out of nowhere. They've done nothing to suffer for our country. Most of them are not even armed service veterans. And, you know, they come here and they try to point fingers at me and people that are with me, saying that we have, you know, disingenuous intentions for what we're doing. But like I said, we have been tried and true, tested and approved by God. We stood firm. I never cooperated with the government. I never talked to the FBI. I never did anything while I was incarcerated for 900 days of solitary confinement, Nick. And if you can make it through that and you're still willing to go out and fight, I stood up for Austin Metcalf. I stood up for Irina Zaruski. I've been leading this American march against the brownification of our country for a long time now. And just because I have European Jewish blood on my mother's side doesn't mean I have anything to do with, you know, this type of insidious Jewish religion, Talmudic, you know, overlords that they're trying to point us out to. So I think it's reprehensible, and honestly, they don't have the credentials to point at me after my suffering, after what I've done for my country already, and point fingers and say I'm anything but less than a grade A patriot.
Okay, I just want to make sure this wasn't some sort of psyop by somebody coming in here just trying to cause a bunch of
No, I've baptized
chaos.
18 men in prison. I love Jesus with all my heart. He is my Lord, my King, my Savior, and He is my God. And I will do anything to protect His kingdom. So this is what we're doing today, because Islam is encroaching. You know, Christians are not safe in Islamic countries, and we cannot allow them to take over here.
And now they have a pig.
This is Moo Hamhead. This is Moo Hamhead.
Real pig they have right here.
Aisha was playing with dolls.
And are you taking this into the helicopter?
We might be. I think we're going to actually dangle this from the helicopter, like in Scarface when they dangled the terrorists from the helicopter. So we're going to dangle this over Epic City Mosque.
This is a real pig right here.
It is.
Wow.
That's a real pig's head, yes.
I've actually decided not to go in the helicopter. Overcast right now, and I also don't know if I don't want to be inside of a helicopter if they drop a pig from a helicopter. So therefore, I'm not getting in the helicopter. But on top of the dead pig they have over there, they also have 5 live pigs right here. 5 little piglets. If you didn't know, Muslims, they don't eat pork. Therefore, they brought out 5 live piglets and 1 dead pig.
Muhammad's Kryptonite. That's his name, Muhammad's Kryptonite here. We're going to be marching through Plano, Texas. Dues vote, God's kingdom will be secured. Jesus Christ gives us freedom to eat pork. And look how cute this little guy is. How could the Muslims hate him here? So God bless America. This is what freedom smells like.
And from the airport, I headed over to the Epic City Mosque, where a group of Christians had gathered, as well as a group of Muslims in counter-protest against the Christians.
You have a bunch of police, and then you have all of the protesters. It looks like a guy is holding a pig out right now. We got 3 pigs right here. What do you think about Islam here in the United States?
It needs to go back home.
What do you think about the pigs out here today?
Good.
We got 4 of them.
Good.
What is happening here in Texas? People are saying the rise of Islam here.
I'm born and raised here in Texas. I've never seen it do this. There's 47 Islamic centers here that have been growing all over North Texas, and they just do not stand for our values, and I just hate to see it.
Yeah, what do you think about Islam here in Texas?
There's no place.
Look, this man has a pig right here. Jake Lang.
Hey, America, meet Muhammad.
What's your message to all the Muslims here in the United States?
Go home. Go back to Somalia. This is a Christian country. We do not want the ideology shift that they're bringing. They're changing the very way of life that we know and love here, Nick, and it cannot stand. Americans are revolting. You see, there's about maybe 3 or 4 times as many people here, and the Islamic presence is much smaller here in Texas. You saw the way they surrounded us and tried to kill us in Dearborn. But here in Texas, Jesus is king. This is God's country, and we will stand against Islamification until our very last breath.
And what's the purpose of the pigs?
The pigs is a pure show. It's a demonstration. Bacon represents America. And also in the Bible, Jesus has given us the freedom. Anything that is eaten in the name of the Lord Jesus is made clean. God said, do not call profane what I have made clean. And so bacon and pigs are a representation of America. And Islam can never coincide with our freedom. They would kill me in any majority Muslim country for simply even holding a pig, for simply even speaking my mind on this topic. So, you know, we have freedoms here and we're going to exercise them, plain and simple.
And we have a small group out here. Then we also have, looks like we have some Muslims here as well. And your shirt says Muhammad was a pedophile. What do you think about the rise of Islam here in Texas?
I think it is coinciding with the fall of Christianity, unfortunately. I think if American Christians were stronger and were more focused on outreach and not so focused on inward stuff inside the church, if they would come out of the church and actually start doing stuff, we would be spiritually combating this before it ever became a problem.
Here in the United States, we have freedom of speech. Do you feel like this is a bunch of Christians trying to stop the freedom of religion here?
Well, do we have freedom of speech if we refuse to exercise it? If we're too lazy to get out of our churches and go exercise our freedom of speech, do we really have freedom of speech? I mean, our forefathers fought for it, bled and died for it. Why are we not using it? This would be an offense to our forefathers. You know, we've got to get up and get out and speak up and speak out. We've got to do that or we're going to lose our country. We're going to lose our country if we don't.
And how long until you think Islam has more of a stronghold here in other places, not just in this place of Epic City in this part of Texas?
Well, years ago, I was standing out on Bourbon Street preaching, and a lawyer from the Vatican came up to me and suggested we started killing Muslims. And I said, no, we're Christians, we can't do that. And he told me it was because Europe was already lost. That was 10 years ago. He said Europe was already lost. So if Europe's already lost, America's not far behind. We don't have 10 years. We got to get on it now. And I'm not talking about using violence like he suggested. I'm saying we need to use our words. We need to use our votes. We need to stand up and speak up against Islam.
Your sign right here says Americans Against Islamification. Are you here? Do you live here in Texas?
Yes, sir.
And how have you seen the rise of Islam here in Texas?
For decades, I've been watching it.
Oh, we got a pig squealing.
There we go. God bless America. Appreciate what you're doing. Yeah, we've seen the Islamification of not just Texas, but especially Collin County. But as you know, it's sweeping the nation. But you can see how many mosques they put up in not just the last year, over the last couple decades. I had the luxury of going to school with some of these folk, and then I had the pleasure of going overseas to make sure that this didn't happen. And now we see it right here. We don't have to wait until Texas becomes Dearborn, Michigan. We can do this right here and make sure that we are a hurdle. We put this Sharia law to a stop. We're not for it. We're not going to stand for it. We're not going to be bullied. Well, we know that if you follow the Bible closer, you become a more kind, gentler person. You become a better person. Now, sure, we all can backslide and fall short of the glory of God, but the closer you follow the Bible, the better of a person you're going to be. Now, the closer you follow Islam, the more violent you are required to be. The more vile of a human is what you embrace, and we're here to stop that.
You guys go to the mosque here. What do you think about this protest today?
It's very sad and disappointing to see. But I mean, I really have nothing to say about it. It's just kind of stupid.
And when they talk about like Islam growing here in Texas, why do you think Islam is growing here so much?
Oh, that's it.
That's who?
How are you doing?
Good. How are you? I'm his father.
Nice to meet you, sir.
Nice to meet you. What you asking him?
We're just asking why does he believe Islam is growing so much here in Texas?
Because we are loving people. We love you. We don't judge you because of the color of your skin or color of your eyes. We don't judge you because of what you believe in. You treat me good, I treat you good. That's
Amen.
it.
And what do you think about them coming out here with like the pigs and everything like that? Do you think that's...
They can come up with the pigs. They can burn the Quran. There are more than 300 million Muslims in America or in the world. They know Quran letter to letter, word to word in their hearts. Okay? He is expressing his First Amendment right, freedom of expression, that's fine. But that expose himself. What is the population of Plano? How many people he gathered? 10 people, 15 people? That's people from Epic on the other side. That's what he gathered, the people, and that's majority media. Don't turn it off. That's majority media. Okay? There's no place for people who spread hate in America. I've been in America for 30 years, mister. Okay, I see loving people, caring people, people they feed, people they help, you know. Otherwise, if they were hating people, there was nobody would be here. Americans are loving people. That's why America is great. America was great. America is great. And he is exposing himself. He's a paid agent who's getting paid to put up a show. He's spreading hate. Is he believing in Jesus? Jesus did not spread hate. Love your neighbors. Love people. That's what, I'm a more Christian than him.
What do you think about the Islamification, or what people are saying is the Islamification of Texas here?
I think that they're paid agitators to distract, just like Antifa was used on the left to create chaos and division in America so we don't focus on the real problems like Epstein, like the corruption in government. We've invaded countries on false pretenses like Iraq, where there's been over 1 million people that lost their lives. My family served in Iraq, 2 tours during the Battle of Fallujah. I was underneath the World Trade Center the day it was hit. I am a Caucasian, white, proud Muslim American. These people are not the representation of Christianity. What I want Americans to know is that Muslims and Christians both believe Jesus Christ is the Messiah. They both believe he's going to return. I, as a Muslim, want Christians to return to their faith and live by the Bible and ban adult entertainment and only and all these disgusting things. I would love to see America be a Christian nation. But it wasn't founded as one. It was founded as a secular nation.
The march has began. You have all the people marching over there, and then you have all the Muslims that have stayed back right here, as this is their mosque right behind me. And right now there's no clash between Christians and Muslims. It's just started. We'll see what happens. Ma'am, you have a pig on top of a stick right now.
A steak.
What made you bring a pig out here today?
I just want to stay safe, and I know they won't get close to hogs.
And what do you think about the Islamification of Texas here?
It's really sad, and if I can fight, if I have to pick up a gun or whatever to fight to keep Texas free from Muslims and their ideology, I will go and fight for my state.
And what fears you most about Muslims?
The fact that women will lose their freedoms and our children will not be able to do what we like to do, and the men marrying little girls.
And I was just talking to some Muslims over there. They seem like pretty nice people. Have you ever talked to Muslims?
Well, even the devil was very nice. So even the devil can be nice. And so you can talk to a lot of people, but deep down, you know, look at the people that came down from Afghanistan and that were not vetted, and we thought they were our friends, and look what they did. They shot those 2 people, those 2 National Guards. And I think that if we don't do something about it, it's going to get worse. And it's like a cancer. We need to nip the cancer right at its butt, and this is the butt right now.
And how have you seen the rise of Islam taking place here in Texas? Is it just this mosque, or are there more mosques?
It's because we have very poor leadership at the top, and they just look the other way. I mean, look at what happened this last year. They got millions of dollars and honoring all of these Muslims and different Muslim communities.
The mosque did?
Not necessarily the mosque, but different mosque groups. I mean, Muslim groups. And I think that many Texans are naive. They don't even, just down the street, there was a young kid that came out to see what I was doing, and he didn't know this was going on. He didn't even know anything about Epic City.
What is Epic City here? This is the big controversy. Was it been in the news a few months back? Now it's going back in the news. Epic City.
Well, Epic City is a community where it's for Muslims only. No one else, non-Muslims cannot settle here. It's not really open for any non-Muslims. And I have a problem with that, because this is a free country. You should be able to settle anywhere you want to. And they're not very accepting. They don't come over here to assimilate. But they want us to assimilate to them, and we don't want to do that. And you know what? Anytime a Christian speaks up, oh, you're Islamophobic. You know what? They're Christianophobic. Nobody in the media, nobody mentions that they are Christianophobic. And it goes both ways.
And really quick, I want to tell you guys about the memberships I offer here on this channel. They are $5 a month, and you get extended cuts to videos, or you may get them even early, and you get extra live streams every single month. It is $5. Helps support the channel. It helps us keep it on the go, because every single week we are on the move. So you can go ahead and become a member. The link down below or in the pinned comment down below, and it will help fund me directly as I go all across the world. And now let's get back into the video.
The march began, and I stayed back to speak with some of the Muslims, and this is what happened. I was instantly kicked off the property of their mosque.
Here, Zashan.
What do you mean am I allowed to be here? Of course I'm allowed to be here.
No, you're not. Are you Muslim?
No.
This is property for the mosque. It's not for you.
It's private property, yes.
Okay. So like they can kick me off the mosque? Yeah, no, I understand. But I'm just wondering why.
Public side's right there.
All right, I got you. All right, you guys just got kicked off of the mosque property, I guess? Yeah, I just got moved off, and they told me I had to come on this side of the sidewalk.
Very simple. Just on the other side of that yellow tape. Just on the other side, and you're good, okay? You can do whatever you want.
All right. Yeah, you guys, we already got kicked off the property of the mosque. It's kind of weird. We've spoken to a lot of Muslims today, and they think you're a paid antagonist, that you're coming out here to spread hate.
These people have never suffered even an ounce for their country. I stood for 4 years and 6 days without ever turning on President Trump. They offered me to go home. That second impeachment hearing, they said if I was willing to testify against President Trump and simply say he made me do it, then I'd be able to go home. I never turned on President Trump. I never turned on my country. I never cooperated. I never even had a trial. And so to suffer what I've suffered for patriotism, for our country, for our freedom of speech here, and to be told by random podcasters that I'm anything but genuine, they have no idea what it's like to really be a man and have integrity and stand for something, even willing to die for it. So these people here, they want to try to drag down our movement by, you know, calling me Israeli, calling me a Mossad agent. It's because they're Muslim simps. Quite honestly, most of them are paid by Qatar, especially the bigger ones. You know, you saw these people, a lot of conservative influencers, they shuttled over to Qatar recently. And, you know, those are the same people pointing fingers at me, trying to say that my intentions as a Christian are being they're subversively Jewish. It's ridiculous. And this is what Christians need to do all across America. We cannot show weakness anywhere. They showed weakness in Dearborn, and look what happened to them, completely conquered. Now Texas, completely opposite. Hundreds of Americans willing to stand up, and we will never be conquered like they've been conquered in Dearborn. So unless we have leadership, real men, to stand up in this country, Nick, we will see entire cities like Minneapolis fall to Islam. And that's why I'm out here, because I want to make sure white children and Christian children have a future in America.
Jake then gave a speech to all the people that showed up to the march.
Our country was founded by strong men who are willing to stand in the face of evil. And our country will be saved by strong Christian men who are willing to stand in the face of Islam again. Here's your kryptonite, Muslims. Here's your kryptonite. We will drive you to the sea, across the sea, back to where you came from, with pigs in our hands and Jesus in our hearts. You cannot stand against the strength of white American men. You Muslims need to go home before we send you packing. I suggest you leave now before the crusades really start.
He has a pig in his hand. He's saying that's the kryptonite of Muslims.
We're just not allowed to eat them due to health reasons. Pigs if you cook a pig under the hottest, they always have maggots. It's health reasons. It's not, other than that, pigs aren't, they're not fucking like.
Everyone's chanting USA right now. And what's it mean for you guys to be Muslim Americans?
Muslim Americans, it's everything. We come here for a better life, and we want to make a better life back over there, right? We go back and forth and visit. I don't understand what the problem is when people come from different countries, from Europe, from Bosnia, from Croatia, from Serbia. They come down here. They do the same thing, right? They immigrate for a better life, go back home, build their life over there. That's all it is. Our parents came down here to give us a better life, to get us education, to go to college, to get degrees, to become pious and decent human beings. That's all it is. I don't understand what the issue is.
And what made you want to come out with the Palestinian flag out here today?
I'm Palestinian, brother. I was there 2 months ago.
Would you say you're Palestinian first or American first?
I was born American.
Somebody asked you, who are you? Would you say I'm an American?
I'm Palestinian. I'm a Palestinian American. I'm Palestinian and I'm American. There's no correlation. There's no difference.
Go back to Nazi Germany. How about that? How about that? How about that?
Now you have people saying, telling the white guy to go back to Nazi Germany. He's calling for them to be deported.
Hey, you're so scared. You gotta show off your weapon.
Oh, I got you.
Bro, we're right here, brother. I'm right here.
So are we, little bitch.
You're fucking tiny.
You're holding a head of a dead pig. What made you want to bring the pig out here?
I'm here because this is my home, not because I want to cause trouble, because this is my home. I've been living here the last 20 years. These people just recently came here, and they want to take over. They've already built their Muslim-only town. They want to expand it into a Muslim-only city and try to take over big parts of Texas. I'm not okay with that. They know that we're not cool with that. They know that Texans do not want Muslims to take over this state. But what they do is they lie to our faces. They play this disingenuous, play dumb game of, we're just your neighbor. We just like to hang out with other Muslims. It's not true. There's a reason why they all come to one place in the thousands and thousands and continue going to that place. And there's a reason why they change the laws, change the street names, and push you out.
It's because they're trying to take over. They're literally commanded to take over.
The march continued and Jake put bacon inside the Quran. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. This is Nick and I'll see you next time.